Hello, I'm Marisol Miranda from EASY, Equal Access to Software and Information, and this video is about how to validate a web page for the correct use of headings. This is important because screen reader users must be able to navigate web pages the same way we do visually, by skimming and jumping. When looking at a web page, book, or document, we can decide what we want to read just by reading the titles or subtitles. A blind person can tell his screen reader to display a list of headings. By doing this, he can jump from one heading to another without having to read all the content of the web page as well. A screen reader can recognize what's a title or a subtitle if the web developer uses the headings feature, so he or she can use heading 1 to make text into a title, heading 2 for a subtitle, and so on. If he uses the properties bold, font size, etc. to make the text look like a title or a subtitle, visually both techniques would work, but the second one is useless for a screen reader as the formatting does not have a clearly defined structure and is really just bold text. First, I'm going to show you how to find out if the headings of a web page are correctly structured in order to make sense to a screen reader user. Because this time I'm going to use the Firefox Accessibility Extension toolbar to validate the web page, the first thing to do is to open the web page you want to validate using the Firefox browser. For this first example, I opened one of EASY's web pages. Now, click on the navigation menu on the toolbar and select Headings. A dialog box is going to appear with a list of all the headings that the web page has and the text. The report of this web page shows that it has a heading 1 and its text is Webinar Making Online Teaching Accessible. A heading 2 that reads Presenter Norm Coombs. And finally, a heading 3 that indicates where our resources section is. The next two examples reveals things in a different light. The first one indicates that it has 3 headings 1. This is a big mistake. The page should contain at least 1 and no more than 2 heading 1 elements. Finally, in the second example, the report results show the opposite. There is no heading 1 here, which is not a good practice either. A heading 1 should be provided.